Happy homebrew something. It's not a Wednesday. So Dean sample, and this one, first of all, I reviewed the New England IPA experiments. That'll come out on my homebrew Wednesday this week. So just for Gary, Tap Out Brewing, be looking out for that. Just want to, I'm not going to do a separate video for it. I think it would fit really well into the brew day because I was in the middle of a brew day when I did the review. But this is Wrecked Brewery's Rasputin'd beard. There it is. This is bottled back in November. It's got 10% ABV. Prepare to be wrecked. All right. Well, I don't want to be wrecked, but hopefully this is a good Russian Imperial Stout or an Imperial Stout. Oh, good hisser on it. And my wife just made some crab legs and some homemade macaroni and cheese, and I don't know, I'm still sitting in nirvana right now. It was really, really good. So high bar for this Imperial Stout that is pouring, very luscious, and end up with about a half finger head. Is that? No, it's about a finger head. Yeah, it is like kind of light tan, and can't see through it. Completely black. Looks like an Imperial Stout. So let's get into the smell. So on the nose, I'm getting chocolate, like a dark chocolate. I'm getting notes of like a slight tart. Yeah, not sure what's in that. I just got some stouts from Aslan Brewing, which Aslan is a local place here that does some amazing stouts. And a good friend of mine was there. He picked up a 4-pack for me, and it was like this Imperial Stout with like coffee, vanilla beans, and lemon. And this kind of reminds me of that slight lemon on the back. I mean, I know there's probably no lemon in here, so I'm not really sure what I'm sensing here. But anyway, it smells wonderful. Cheers. Wow, this is really good. Matt is a chemist, so I'm going to be a little bit critical and pick him apart here because I know he'll appreciate it because he's kind of a chemist guy. But first of all, full stop, this is a terrific Imperial Stout. You saw kind of one of the reviews I did of Exit 12's Imperial Stout. I think theirs was an Imperial Milk Stout, which kind of makes sense because I was sensing that it had kind of that lactose quality to it. And it was kind of like really sweet. But it lacked the kind of dark char stuff that I like in an Imperial Stout. This has that dark char. It has the dark char, but I think what I'm going to be critical about is because Matt's, he's all into his water chemistry. So I think that when you do an Imperial Stout, you're supposed to try to lower or raise the pH because these darker grains, bring the acidic, aspect to it. So I think that acidity is what I'm kind of sensing is like that slight lemon. It's like a little bit tart. It's like an astringency. And I think that maybe some I don't know, you can use baking soda or they're kind of, sulfates or something to try to raise the pH. I think that's what I'm sensing. It is not like, it is a very minor thing. I just notice it. But it doesn't take away from how good. This is a freaking awesome Imperial Stout. Yeah, I don't know if you said this was a Russian Imperial Stout. Yeah, Rasputin's beard, so it's a Russian Imperial Stout. Rasputin, by the way, didn't they like strangle the guy? They shot him. They freaking dunked him in the river and tried like 6 ways to Sunday to try to kill that dude, and he kept coming back. well, I don't want to do that to this beer, but it's 10%, so I'm not gonna knock it back. But dude, this is a freaking amazing beer. Really good job. The mouthfeel is a little thin for an imperial stout. Again, being critical. Usually you get a little bit more viscosity. So I don't know if it's maybe a little more grain, or I mean, you could probably go up to like 12% with this thing and get a little more thickness and syrup, not syrupy, but a little more viscosity out of it. Also, I noticed that the head wasn't like, dark. I think with this kind of flavor, it should be dark. You've got enough dark grains in here, so I don't know. Maybe read about how to adjust the color of the head. I don't know. So I'm used to most Russian imperial stouts have a little bit darker of a head on them, kind of like a brown kind of head. But other than that, dude, this is just a freaking awesome beer. It's really scary. It's 10%, and you can't. I mean, I know it's kind of a cliche, but you really can't taste the alcohol in this thing. There's no alcohol burn on the throat or anything on this thing. You don't even smell it. You just smell kind of that dark, super baker's chocolate kind of aroma with a little bit of the tartness that I mentioned. You could call it like a tartness or like even a metallic kind of quality. But man, this thing is really good. Matt, you're a hell of a brewer, dude. Yeah, this is just, I don't know what else to say. It's really, really good. So I will leave it there. Cheers. Rasputin's beard has been shaved off, and it was good. It was really good. Cheers, brother.